If your hips are feeling heavy lately, it might be because you're carrying something that isn't even yours to carry anymore. Let's put that down now through flow right here in the flow space. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our first pillar, which is our reconnect phase. I want you to find a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. And we're going to start by placing our hands on our womb space here. Taking a second to just reconnect with our body, reconnect with this energy center. Maybe your eyes close, maybe you find your gaze on the floor, softening it just a little bit. If you want, you can find some stillness, or maybe you find just a gentle rotation here. But I want us to really focus on our breath, focus on grounding into the body, breathing all the way down into those hips, into that womb space. Big inhale. And as you exhale through the mouth, think about melting away any tension, any resistance. I know anytime that we do things in the hip area, a lot of these hip circles feels really uncomfortable at first. So the reconnect phase is all about coming back to your body first by elongating that breath, big inhales, big exhales, signaling to the body that you're safe. Relaxing and regulating the nervous system first before we find that movement so that you can get the most out of your practice. Nice big breaths. Let yourself ground down. Listening to your body's sensations, not attaching a story. Letting yourself be here now. We have a few more breaths here. Two more breaths. Again, sending that breath all the way down to the hips. Nice big exhales. Release any tension, any resistance, anything that we're holding on to here. Feel free to let it go. And last time, nice big inhale, send it all the way down. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and get into our next phase of our sensual somatic flow, which is our awaken phase. This is when we start to wake up this energy center, whatever we're working towards in the flow. Today, we're working on releasing trauma, releasing stagnant energy, releasing what doesn't serve us in the hip space. So we're gonna think about doing some pelvic tilts here. I want you to think about simply moving the pelvis. So if you think about tucking your tailbone and bringing it forward, you get this little tilt here, and then we arch the back just a little bit to bring it back. Moving with your breath. Again, the whole purpose of the awaken phase is not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like. So we're tapping into that energy center, noticing what's coming up physically, mentally, emotionally. We hold so much shame around this area of the body and moving it freely. And this is our time to just connect with it. No worries. We're not worrying about what it looks like. We're not paying attention to shapes. We're paying attention to sensation here. Breathing into those hips. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can take a block or a pillow and place them under your hips as well, making that movement a little bit more accessible. We have a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. We'll do two more. And last one. And then we're gonna move right into some seated hip circles. So circling those hips around the best that we can while we're sitting. Again, we're not paying attention to shape. We're not worried about what it looks like. We're simply tapping into sensation. Noticing how it feels to stir up that energy in the hip space. Really thinking about that stagnant energy, that trauma, everything that gets stuck in there. It's our emotional junk drawer of the body. So you're making waves here, you're circling it all up, and you're using your breath to let it out. And reverse, opposite direction. Letting yourself really breathe into it, allowing yourself to find a little bit of that flow. Maybe your head wants to start to move, maybe your shoulders are doing a little something something here. You let your body tell the story. One more time around. And then the last thing we'll do here before we move on to our next phase, which is flow, is we'll take the legs out from underneath us, plant the feet on the ground, and then we're just gonna drop the knees to either side, again, breathing into those hips. Maybe the head moves side to side, maybe you release the neck and look back. Shoulders can start to tilt too, but we're breathing into the hips, connecting with that energy center, awakening everything that wants to wake up here. Nice big breaths. We're moving into the next phase of our sensual somatic flow, which is the flow phase. This is where we find a little bit more structured and intuitive movement. I know that sounds kind of counteractive, but it works, I promise. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and plant those feet down. Knees are still facing up and the hands are gonna plant into the ground behind us. We're going to push through our hands and our feet to lift the hips off the ground and find these circles. Breathing into it, finding that nice flow, letting your hips move the way they want to. Again, maybe the head wants to circle. Maybe you want to throw it back. Breathing as you move here, connecting with your body, your story, your flow. Let it go here. Reverse, opposite direction. Nice big breaths. The more you can breathe, the more you can release. Noticing what stories you're telling yourself as you're moving. Again, I know it's uncomfortable. A lot of that is rooted in shame that has been conditioned into us. Liberating the body here, liberating the mind, liberating the soul. Let it go. You have 2 more. And last one. Go ahead and drop those hips down to the ground. We'll slide them back towards our hands and the soles of the feet will come together. Hands to the ankles, finding those butterflies, breathing into the hips. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to round the spine to take it back and then arch the back to fold over into this butterfly, catching a flow. Maybe the arms start to move. Maybe if it feels better, you come into like this gentle cross position. The hips are nice and open and we're folding down and then coming back. Breathing as you're moving, as always, in the flow space. Love this one because our legs are in that butterfly position, but it's almost like our arms are in this butterfly mode too, like we're flapping our wings. You have 2 more. And last one. And then we're gonna take the hands behind us, bring the chest through our shoulders to pop that chest up, but breathing into those hips here. And then from here, we'll slide the hips forward so that we can start to melt all the way down onto our forearms here. And what's gonna happen is we're going to come into a straddle. So bring the knees towards you and then start to open the legs. I'm gonna go ahead and face you so you can see me a little bit better. We have our legs in our straddle. I want you to think about closing Bending the knees so that your heels kick the butt, and then your knees come out towards your armpits to open back into your straddle. Nice straight legs. We close, we bend, we open into our straddle, finding your flow here. Noticing where you're feeling that resistance physically, mentally, emotionally, and using the breath to let it go. You have 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. From here, we're going to sit up for just a second because we're going to melt all the way down onto our backs. Knees are going to come back in towards the chest, and we're going to find these circles. Think about having an arch in your back here, making it a little bit more sensual. Your hips are doing the work as the knees come around. Maybe you find a little sway in the hips. Maybe your hands reach overhead. Letting yourself catch a flow, have a moment here. And then plant the feet down onto the ground. Hands are going to come through the thighs, and just find a little bit of that self-touch. Inner thighs up to the knees, the outer thighs, the hips, the womb, the stomach. Taking ownership of your body through your self-touch. And again, learning to let go of the stories that we've been told. This is your body. You're allowed to touch, you're allowed to feel, you're allowed to play, you're allowed to enjoy life, and your healing can be fun and sensual and sexy. There are no rules here. You're here for a reason, you felt called to this for a reason. There's something inside of you that wants to be let go. Allow it to release, drop deeper. 2 more breaths to explore here. And last breath. Beautiful. From here, the knees are going to come back in, and we're going to find that straddle once again. Maybe your hands come underneath the knee area to just give you a little bit of support as we bounce the legs out. Again, we're releasing that shame, we're releasing that story, we're releasing anything stuck in here that no longer serves you. So bounce it out, breathe it out, and let it go. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Bending through those knees, plant the feet on the ground, and one more time we're going to find those hip circles. This time pressing the feet up, hips roll around. Maybe the hands stretch up above you. Maybe one of your hands finds a little bit of self-touch. Maybe both of them find a little bit of self-touch. You listen to your body here. You give yourself what you need. And you reverse, going in the opposite direction. Allowing yourself to have this moment of sensuality, connecting with that feminine energy, taking back your power. The world needs more embodied women, more free and liberated women. Movements like this are our first step into getting there. 2 more breaths. And last one, drop the hips, bring the knees back into the chest, give yourself a big squeeze and shake it out. Beautiful. Feet come up towards the ceiling and just kick it out. We stirred up a lot, we opened up a lot, just kick it out. Feet can be flexed or pointed. Let it go here, it doesn't have to look a certain way. Beautiful. And then from here, we're gonna roll it over and we'll come on to hands and knees. Bringing around in those circles again. You know, I love my hip circles. Maybe your head wants to come around too. That feels good. Maybe you go in the opposite direction. Letting yourself explore your movement here, making it juicy, making it delicious. This is your practice. This is your time. This is your body. Really dropping in, digging deeper. Beautiful. And then from here, we're gonna come into our little pops. I like to tuck my toes. You think about rounding the spine and then arch the back to throw the butt back. Popping, letting it go. Again, thinking about that release here. You have a little bit more of a somatic release, believe it or not here. Actually tilting that pelvis and then getting that energy out of the body. And maybe you want to find a little bit of a quicker bounce. Breathing, having fun with it. You have 2 more breaths. And then from here, we're gonna come down to the forearms. Let the knees open just a little bit. Maybe you find the one last time these circles. Breathing, feeling, flowing. Let it go here. And reverse. Modifying anything that's uncomfortable for you. If it's a lot, you can bring the knees back in. You can always come back up to the hands. Again, we are meeting ourselves where we are. We learn so much of our own story through this kind of movement. And part of that is learning to honor exactly where you are. So you take what you love, you leave what you don't, you make it your own. One more time around. Beautiful. We're gonna come back up onto hands and knees. What we're gonna do is think about bringing the hips down towards the ground all the way. As we do that, one of our legs is gonna start to pop up, and by that I just mean it's gonna bend. And then bring it back up, almost like you're gonna come into a child's pose and then bring it down, hips pop to the ground. Finding this sensual moment. Maybe you wanna add a little bit of a spinal wave. Maybe you want to make it nice and slow. Or maybe you want to speed it up. No rules. You find your flow. One more, and then we're going to switch our legs. Opposite leg is going to pop. Maybe the head wants to circle. Finding your flow here. You have 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Coming back up onto hands and knees. And then the hips are just going to sway side to side. Maybe the head wants to move. Maybe the shoulders want to move. But letting those hips shake it out. Coming back to your body. Coming back to your breath. Finding your flow. And then from here, we're gonna do what I like to call animal hips. And this is basically where you just let your body move. Let your hips do whatever they wanna do. I always think of kind of like a cat, so ironic that I'm wearing these leggings today. But whatever animal you want to embody, maybe a snake, slithering those hips. I don't know what kind of animal does this, but it's your animal, your movement. The whole point of animal hips is to find that wild side, to let it go. Find what's comfortable for you. You have 3 breaths to flow here. Two more breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring it all the way back to a wild child's pose. Give yourself a moment. Beautiful. And to close out our practice today, we're going to go through our last pillar, our last phase, the embody phase. We're going to meet on our backs. Almost like we're coming into a final Shavasana. You can let the legs splay out, but I want you to take your hands to your womb space here and find a gentle rotation, a gentle circle, building that fire, feeling that energy, and even using a little bit of self-touch to let anything else go that needs to go here. This is also our sacral chakra. This is where we hold our sexual, sensual energy, but also our creative energy, our passion, our fire. This is how we bring life into the world, both literally and through our art, through our passions, our purpose, connections, our love, our relationships. Connecting with this energy center will allow you, again, that freedom, that liberation of self. So take a moment here, noticing how you're feeling, any feelings of shame, resistance, anger, sadness, knowing that that's completely normal. This is where we store all of those unwanted emotions, those traumas, those experiences that we don't need to carry anymore. Remember, that was the whole purpose. We're putting it down. So give yourself a moment to breathe it out. A lot of times when we stir up this energy, we start to really feel it. That's the purpose. We want to feel our feelings so that then we can just let them go. We have to bring them to the surface first. Go ahead and breathe it out. And of course, as always in the Embody phase, we talk about how to bring this energy not only to our mats, to the studios, but also outside into every part of our life. Ownership of your body, of your movement, of your sensuality and your sexuality is ownership of your feminine, the wild feminine. And the wild feminine is what will heal the world. We are natural nurturers, natural caretakers, but we are also natural creators. And what we're meant to create is so much bigger than what has been shown to us, what has been conditioned of us. And so by taking back your power, by taking back your body, by taking back your movement, you're also taking back your life. And when you can take back your life, you can reconnect with your passion, with your purpose, and you can create the things that need to be created to make the world a better place. I wholeheartedly believe that, and that is why I'm on this relentless mission of feminine liberation. The world needs more freely expressed and embodied women. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands all the way up the stomach, the chest, and then put the arms out overhead like you're giving yourself a big stretch and shake it out. You made it. I'll see you next time in the flow space.